don't lose that energy. I see a whole lot of memes. I see a whole lot of videos. I see a whole lot of energy with the thing that happened down there. And you know what I'm talking about. It's a whole lot of energy right now. It's a whole lot of energy right now. It's up. It's a whole lot of energy. Peace and love to all y'all Moors, Muslims, Asiatics that's out there. Much love to all y'all out there. All y'all out there. I just got something to say to y'all. Don't lose that energy that you got. Don't lose the energy you got. You see our people right now? We got our morale up right now. That's what's up. Share this beam out. That's what's up. Our morale is up right now. We ain't going no more. Just don't lose that energy. Don't lose that vibration. Don't lose that frequency. Don't lose it. The energy is up right now. Don't back down. Keep that energy up right where it's at right now and go higher. The energy is up right now. We ain't going. Don't let them make a mockery out of us. Don't let them make a mockery. Let me know where y'all Moors is tuning in from too with it. Shout out to the Rack, Southside, Wild Hunnits, Low End, 79th, the Ickies, 87th, East Side Crazy, Low End with it, North Pole with it. Let me know where y'all at with it, fam. The Gardens. Let me know where y'all at with it, man. I told y'all, it's one nation. Islam, more peace, Cujo. It's one nation right now. Shout out to San Diego, Florida, 313. What up, though? Let me know where y'all at with it, man. It's our time right now, Moors. It's one nation. GDs, BDs, Black Gangsters, Black Peace Stone Nation, Vice Lords, Latin Kings, Insanes, all that. All that. Four Corner Hustlers, all that. This from Chicago to everywhere. The energy right now is up. My thing is, don't lose track of that energy. Shout out to VA, ATL, Pittsburgh. Let me know where y'all at with it. Jersey in here. Shout out to Brooklyn. Yes, sir. Don't lose that energy, Moors. Don't let that energy die down. Keep that shit up. Peace to all y'all out there, man. One nation. See, they try to have us like, the energy gonna die down with them people. We let them get their rocks off. Let it die down. No, sir. St. Louis. Yes, sir. Brooklyn. Islam. Newark in here. Let me know where y'all at with it, man. Shout out to the UK. Cali in here. Hey, listen, man. I'm loving the energy, though. I'm loving the energy. Ain't no backing down no more. Nah. Ain't no backing down, Moors. Nah. Keep that same. Shout out to Nassau. Harlem. Yes, sir. East side, west side. Don't lose that energy, fam. Shout out to Manhattan. That energy that we got right now, everybody own that. Like we should be. As we should. But put that energy too into this right here. Put that same energy, we ain't going, put that energy into nationality. Put that energy into birthrights. Put that energy into getting what's ours. The land. All of the land. Put that energy into that. Don't lose track of nothing. Shout out to Phoenix. Don't lose track of what the goal is. The goal ain't just to beat down people and all that. That ain't just a solemn goal. Nah. Them just small potatoes. Them small potatoes. We ain't just doing that. Let me know where y'all at with it, man. Shout out to Jamrock. Shout out to Trinidad. Shout out to Belize, Honduras, Ecuador, Costa Rica, PR, DR, all the Tainos and Bodikins out there. Fam, It's our time, G. Nashville in the house. Oh yeah, we gotta talk about it, Jaleel. We gotta talk about it. Yeah, shout out to Cleveland. What a time to be alive, though. Yeah, Louisiana, Pensacola, Brook 9 in here strong. Hey, you know, on the older maps, how they got the older maps. Shout out to Tulsa, B-More. How they got Spain, how they got Morocco, how they got all of the older maps. They got, shout out to Myth 10. All of the older maps, if you look at them, not only do they have the names of places on the other side of the world, but the names are over here. Fam, shout out to LA. The momentum definitely is shifting. Do you feel it? My thing is, what you gonna do with it? Allah's giving us a push. Allah's giving our people a push. But don't lose sight on where to keep that energy at, though. Expand on the energy. Because keep in mind, energy doesn't die. It just transfers. Put the energy in the places as well as we own our shit. Physically, mentally, get that energy lit. Keep it there. Keep it there. Keep it there. Noble Drew Ali gave us the keys. I come before the fire. If you as a people don't get behind me, you will not make it through. Noble Drew Ali gave us the keys, fam. He left us the keys. All we gotta do is pick up the pieces. And we gotta keep it moving. Put that energy into nationalism. Put that energy into that studying principles. Put that energy into our people, your people, my people, our Moorish people. Put the energy into each other. You know, I was in the shop cutting today, right? And one of the Moors had walked up in there. I ain't seen them in a long time. Shout out to him. Whole time he walked in there with his babies. And his babies was like, he had a set of twins. They looked like they was about 2. And he had his other son. He was about 4. Right? Now, I bring that up because I look at the children. They was in there talking, They was in there talking, right? And you know, like the twins that was talking, they was talking to each other, but they was like baby talking to each other. And it's wild though, because they was understanding each other. I'm looking and cutting their brother up. So while I'm cutting they shout out to Miami, I'm cutting their brother up in the chair. And me and their father, we looking at them, and they having a full-blown conversation about juice bottles, and I don't know what they was talking about, but they could understand each other though. So my thing is this though. When we see our babies communicating, they are already in tune. They're speaking a language because they are pure. Noble Drew Ali said he was going to come for the unborn and the young ones. The young and unborn. The young ones, my question is this. What foundation are you laying as an adult to the children right now? What's your foundation that you laying, that I'm laying, that we are laying for the children that's coming up? Because they got the internet, fam. They got tablets, they got phones, they got laptops. Ask yourself, are you putting the work in? This is why I said, don't lose that energy that happened over there with a brawl down there in Montgomery. Don't lose that energy though. Expand on that energy. Don't just keep it on the physical side of, we kicked on their asses. They deserve to get their asses beat. But don't just have that little battle as being victorious for the end game. That's not the end game. That's not the end game. Little battles that we might have against Albions and all that, that's not the end game. The end game is us as a collective, being in our proper persons, nationalizing, studying civics, we ain't got to pay no rent. We ain't got to pay none of that to no foreign corporation. Getting them to get up out of here, and the ones that's selling out, getting them to get up out of here. That's the end game. That part. Not being satisfied. Don't just be satisfied. This is why I kicked this beam out. I was thinking about that shit like, you know what? A lot of people will get satisfied and get comfortable with what happened down there in Montgomery Broad. And that shit needed to happen down there because they fucked with the right one. So it needed to happen. I'm glad our people stuck together and ain't come with the, I'm going to put my hands up and start pleading. Fuck that. Nah. The energy is shifting. I'm glad our people seen that and actually helped each other and defended each other. Because them people that was looking for that, they was looking for the right ones that day. They was looking for the right ones. And they fucked around and found out. Looking for the right ones. But it just don't stop there, though. It just don't stop there, Moors. The end game is nationalism. The end game is us studying civics, being part and parcel, like the Prophet Noble Drew Ali left in his proclamation of jurisdiction for Moorish Americans. The nationalism, us coming to our proper persons, impropria persona sui juris sui heritis, us being in tune as Moorish Americans, reclaiming our allodial estate. Not just being satisfied with small little victories. Nah, that ain't enough. That ain't enough. I don't want no fucking checks from the U.S. corporation because it's debt. It's not actual money. It's not gold or silver. This is the reason I put this beam out right now. I'll put it up. Don't just be satisfied with that small little victory. Nah, that ain't enough, Moors. That ain't enough. That's not enough. It's not enough right now. It's not enough right now. Check this out right here. What are some attributes of the Moorish Americans? We on page 204 of the book, The Exhuming of a Nation. Keep that energy up and keep it rising. Keep it up. What are some attributes? A Moorish American strength is in their ability to love instead of hate and knowing their higher self, God's self, and lower selves. Their science is reliance upon Allah and knowledge of history. These are positive attributes of Moorish Americans. When we talk about what are your attributes? Peace, fam. What are your attributes? So let's add on to what happened down there as far as the energy. Let's add on to that by studying ourselves. The energy is in our favor right now. It's in our favor. Let's add on to that energy though. Don't let the energy just die, fall to the wayside. Don't let the energy get shifted back until we in a subservient position. We should be begging and we should be pretending that we don't have the jurisdiction and the authority to get what's ours. Don't let the energy go there because they're going to try to shift it. The U.S. corporation is, they dark forces. It's dark witchcraft. They gonna try to shift the momentum back into their favor. They gonna try to drop some fear tactic. Watch. Just watch. They gonna try to drop another fear camp. It's gonna be a school. Y'all know what it's gonna be. It's gonna be a school shooting. Something gonna happen with something. They gonna try to drop some kind of low vibrational tragedy. Some kind of fear campaign tactic. Y'all know what's gonna happen. Y'all know what's gonna happen. Something's gonna happen from the dark forces to try to reel us back in to that subservient position. We gotta get. They're gonna be like, we gotta drop something. We gotta drop something scary on them. Oh, they energy is rising. We gotta drop something scary down on them. Nah, we can't have them. We can't have them Moorish Americans thinking that they Moorish Americans and knowing that they Moorish Americans. We gotta drop something as a fear campaign to scare their ass straight again. Scare them back into submission again. Fuck that. We ain't going. We ain't going. Don't let them do it. Don't let them do it, fam. Don't let them pull you back. They gonna try to pull us back in and keep us in there on some. It's just gotta be this way. I just gotta go back to my I'm just trying to keep my head above water routine. We ain't going. Nah, we ain't going. We ain't going. Is you going? Because the children, like I was saying earlier, the children, they watching. The children outside is watching. They watching the adults. They watching their mothers and fathers. Don't go back into that submissive. I need to put my hands up. I can't breathe. Don't go back to that. On God, keep your head on the swivel. Don't go back to that subservient role no more. That shit dead. It's over with for that, man. Upright, independent, fearless. Stay on that. Stay on that. If you ain't on that, get on that. We ain't going back to no kind of slave mentality. We ain't going. Honors, this is some attributes of the Moorish Americans. Honors the divine guidance of their government and the flag of their ancient forefathers. The flag of their ancient forefathers. What's the flag of our ancient forefathers? The red flag with the 5-point green star. The Star of Venus. That's our ancient flag. Ancient flag. Not modern. Ancient. The red flag, all red flag. It was many flags. But the all red flag with the 5-point green star. Ancient. And all of the other flags, they are flags too. Get them flags up. Yeah. Let's throw these up. Let's throw these up. Get them flags up. Honoring our ancient flag. That's our flag. It's nothing that we need to be ashamed about our flag. Having pride for our flag. You got these people out here that's going to these pride parades. Let's start getting pride in our flag. Yeah. We need to have pride for our flag. Our flag. We need to have pride for our flag. Not let them flip upside down the rainbow and they walking around here crazy and belligerent. Let's start having pride for our flag. We need to have pride for our shit. They walking around here, running around here, looking insane. Why we ain't have that pride for our nation? You know what I'm saying? That part. So if you got any other flag, the Boricua flag, the Trini flag, the Ecuadorian flag, the Malaysian flag, the Japanese flag, the Trinidadian flag, if you got the Haitian flag, all those are Moorish flags. All those are Moorish flags. Shout out to Dayton, Ohio. All those is Moorish flags too. But the thing is, the red flag with the 5-pointed green star is the flag of the empire and the kingdom. Bing bong. The empire and the kingdom. The red and green 5-pointed star. We got to have pride in that flag. Because that's our nation. One nation under God. Indivisible. For liberty and justice for all. Say it right there in the Pledge of Allegiance. And if you say the Pledge of Allegiance in your head right now, guarantee you will not hear the word democracy. One time. One time. You're not going to hear that in there. Attributes. Attributes. Moorish Americans, they and their children can receive their rights unmolested by other citizens. Among these are the right to cast their free national ballot at the polls and not under a granted privilege, and as has been the existing condition for many generations, to be able to have true wealth as a nation, one nation. You claim your sovereignty by claiming your nationality. That's how sovereignty gets claimed. Sovereignty is your nationality. You can't have sovereignty without a nationality. Point blank, period. There is no other way. In law, to proclaim your nationality is to proclaim your sovereignty, because it goes with it. You can't have one without the other. That's why the Indian role ain't work. The Pan-African game ain't work. The Hebrew game ain't work. The black, the colored, it ain't gonna work. They want to do everything. That's why I said don't lose focus. Keep that energy that happened down there in Montgomery. Keep that shit lit. And expand on that with nationalism. Start learning about your nationality and your birthright. Because the chess game is way deeper than just a regular three-dimensional chess game. It's way deeper. It's way deeper. The game of chess is way deeper than just how people look at it from a perspective of it's just a game. It's way stronger than that, because we playing chess on higher dimensional levels right now. Higher dimensional levels, you gotta level up. We're not just playing chess on a three-dimensional chessboard in front of us. We playing spiritual chess. We playing mental chess. We playing physical chess. We playing astrological chess. Cosmological chess. We taking this to other dimensions. Because the other dimensions, just like the movie with Miles Morales, Spider-Man, it's just like that. You see how they put it in the cartoons? It's just like that. Other dimensions are right there. We just can't per se see them because it's glass in front of it. But the glass that we think is there is actually see-through. So if your mind ain't really studying more science, you would think like because of the dogma and the school system, they have us out here institutionalized. You don't gotta go to prison or jail to be institutionalized. That's what the John D. Rockefeller school system was all about. That's what it is all about. It's institutionalization. Institutionalization. All the school systems that's connected to the U.S. corporation are for institutionalization, to raise sheep and cattle. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. I don't care if they go to a Catholic school, they go to a private school, they go to a public school. It's all for indoctrination and institutionalization. That's what it's all about with them. That's why they don't teach us nothing about money. We in school, did they ever show us the definition of money in a law book? Did they ever show a law book? Shit. They ain't gonna do that. That's why we gotta do it ourselves. That's what we own. We own that. Look. What it say right here? Some attributes for Moorish Americans. Moorish American is the divine and ultimate answer to the Negro, black, and colored problem. This is the ultimate answer. This is why they don't teach it. Moorish American is the seal of identities to the descendants of Africans born in America. They are the abolishment of interchangeable slave labels and nicknames. See? These are the attributes of Moorish Americans. So when somebody say to you, somebody be like, well, what are some of your positive attributes that you got? You can start hitting them in the head with that. Like, some of the positive attributes that I got: love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, free national standards, free national principles, a divine heritage that's ancient and modern, have an ancient flag. You know, the ancient flag right here. I have an ancient flag. You know what I'm saying? I have an ancient flag that I have pride for. I have pride for my ancient flag. The all red flag with the 5-point green star on there. It's an ancient flag. I have peace, I have freedom, I have justice. And they might be like, well, how you got freedom? How you out here with freedom? Because I'm seeking freedom because my mind is free. Just because my body might be here and my spirit ain't here though. See, my body might be here, but we're not the body. We're the spirit. And we can beam out anywhere we want to beam out. That part. Our bodies physically are here, but our spirits don't have to stay here. Our mind don't have to stay here. You can beam out wherever you at, anywhere in the world, any dimension you want to go to. See, this is the wild part. Pick up the Circle 7 Quran. We're not the body. We're the spirit man. We can beam out anywhere, any location, anywhere in the universe. The mind can. The spirit can. We're not the body. That's why they try to get us to be afraid of death. Death is a friend. Shouldn't be afraid of death because death is new beginnings. That's a friend. Because you think about it, every time you go to the gym, you kill your body cells. Think about it. Every time you go to the gym, you're destroying your cells in your body. You're destroying your muscle if you're really working out. You go to the gym, you're destroying your muscles when you go to the gym. That's how new muscle growth is able to grow. Because you have to destroy to build. You see? So when you go to the gym, you destroying your muscles. You breaking them down and you building up new muscle cells. See? So when you go to the gym and work out. So it's nothing wrong with, that's why everything got two sides. You build, you destroy. Life, death. Light, dark. Up, down. Left, right. In, out. You feel me? As above, so below. It's always a duality. That's why we got to start playing higher dimensional chess. Not just looking at the board in front of us. You feel me? Attributes. What's on these attributes? What it say? Moorish Americans. Positive attributes. They are the keys of self-consciousness to the locks of mental slavery, which exists now. So, us being in our positive Moorish American mind, you see what we got? We got the keys of self-consciousness right here. We got the keys. We can unlock every key of mental slavery. Every key we can unlock. Do you want to unlock the keys? Because the keys, you ain't got to go nowhere. You ain't got to go nowhere. Guess where the keys at? The keys is in your bloodline. They right here. That's where the keys at. You ain't got to go nowhere to get the keys. The keys is right here. Already in your mitochondrial DNA. All you got to do is unlock them. Knowledge itself unlocks the keys in your bloodline. It unlocks it. You don't have to go outward. We got to start going inward in ourselves. This is where the keys is. Don't lose that energy that you seen out there where they was cracking them people upside the head with chairs, swimming across the water, putting the beats on them. Don't lose that energy. Just expand. Expand on that energy. Turn that energy into something positive. Yeah, because energy never dies. Turn that energy from that incident, turn it into start going harder now for the positive. Learn about ourselves now. That part. What it say? Moorish American is the return of the Moor man as gods. Ooh. Moorish American is the return of the Moor man as gods, where they can reign as brothers, fathers, husbands, and leaders, ending the stud role whose total dominion is confined to the bedroom as sperm banks. So y'all want to use that energy and return to the God man? Huh? So when you return to your Moorish American higher self, you return to your Moorman self and your God self. Huh? Huh? That don't sound like a positive attribute? That don't interest you? And learning more about positive attributes to return yourself to your God self? That don't strike your interest? That don't strike your interest to return yourself? So what they say about the Moorish woman? Where's she at in here? Okay. Moorish Americans have no earthly strings attached where they can be puppeteered by the wheels of carnal man. Moorish Americans love the earth because it is their home, mother, and their gift from Allah. So, to add on to that about the Moorish man returning to their Mormon self, which is their God self, can't forget about the great cosmic mother. Can't forget about you great cosmic mothers out there. Can't forget y'all. How can we forget y'all? Can't do that. Nah. So you Moorish women out there who in the mindset of black, person of color, when you start studying who your Moorish self is, your Moorish birthright, your Moorish nationality, you go back to your Moor self as well. You go back to your goddess self. Can't never forget about the great cosmic mothers. How can we ever forget about y'all? Can't never forget y'all. It's gonna take y'all and us to work together to break the mental chains that have been engraved in our people's heads for generations. We gotta have y'all. Mother, son, re. That's real masonry. Mother, son, re. How could it be any masonry without mother? How could there be any life without mother? This is why they deem the programming on TV is how they deem it. They want y'all great cosmic mothers to be out here showing y'all bodies off, looking all trashy. This is why they do it 24/7. Because doing that is not a great positive attribute. It's not a godly attribute. That's why they got us on TV taking roles in movies like thugs, killers, gangsters, drug dealers, pimps. This is why they have us out here looking like, this is why Hollywood, they got us out here, the so-called black exploitation era, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the whole so-called black exploitation era, what they had us looking like? Pimps, dope pushers, gangsters, drug addicts, thugs. They had to have us look like that, right? Wearing cross-dressing, looking like punks. Now what they doing? They ain't changed the role. Not only are they doing it full-fledged now, they got our own people co-signing the shit. Oh, you want to make it in Hollywood? Okay, put a dress on. Effeminizing the man to make the man look in a weak, subservient role where we look soft. You got nail polish on and all this other shit. What are you doing? They trying to effeminize the man. And they're trying to destroy the mother. See? They want to effeminize the man. And they want to have the women out here like they don't need a man. Giving the man a subservient role. Paying our women off to have them in the mind think like they don't need us. Even though Allah created us for each other, so we could be a divine protector for our great cosmic mothers, for our wives. This is what the roles of Allah gave us. We as Moorish men are your great cosmic protectors. You as Moorish women are our great cosmic mothers and helpmates. Helpmates. Not to push us to the curb and to have us thinking like, nah, it's my house. I'm running the house. I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm making more money than you. So I really don't have to have shit you saying. That's the propaganda. TV, the movies. They have us no positive attributes. This is why we got to each one teach one ourselves. Principles, standards. Ain't it strange though how you can have all this technology and people will still have cognitive dissonance and be in the mindset like, I can do whatever I want to do. I don't need nobody. And all these other people from different nationalities will come over here and they go and they'll be looked at as traditional, old school, but they still making bread. They still helping out their family. And they actually are building up a young empire. When they come over here, they might come over here with really nothing. And how you might say, like, how do they get up? How do they get up if they come over here from somewhere else? How do they end up getting a storefront? How do they end up getting on their feet? They work together. Just like the Montgomery, Alabama brawl, we show that we can stick together. Damn. That part right there. You see? That part right there. We show that we can actually work together. We can stick together when we want to. When we want to, it's nothing that we can't accomplish. Nothing. When we work together, it's nothing we can't do. You just, see, that's why it felt good. It felt good in so many different ways that when we saw that shit happening outside that boat, everybody was cheering like, yeah, hell yeah. It felt so good on so many different levels because it showed on different levels how when somebody messes with us, when we want to, we can stick together. Black Lives Matter is a fraudulent corporation. I'm not talking about sticking together with black. If you looked at Black Lives Matter and how they started, first of all, they was funded by a European hybrid, George Soros. You think he really got the interests of our people as Moors in his agenda? Why you think he pushed lesbianism and put them in the forefront? Yeah, I see what you're talking about now. Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Right. Togetherness is impossible. Right, you're right. Togetherness is impossible with black. It's impossible. Impossible, just like the Impossible Burger. Shit. You don't know what's inside that burger. You don't know what's inside that burger. It's a reason they call it impossible. It's impossible that they put it together. Shit. It's impossible that they put it together. Nah, George Soros don't care about more. We got to stop black though. You got to stop black. When you type it, when you say it, when we type it, when we say it, when we think it, that becomes a reality. So you're opening up a dimension that you don't want to open up. You're opening up Pandora's box. We got to, just like for that brief moment where we click together in that Montgomery brawl, we got to click together as a collective Moorish body politic. And we have to stop using black thoughts. We have to stop using black words. We have to stop using black magic. We got to stop using it. Even the ones who identify as so-called black, they not even black. They not even black. You see? This is the wild shit. This is why we got to stop using it. Just like we click together in that brawl, we got to click together on free national standards and principles, getting our land back. Our land is our land. Our land is our land. I don't want no fucking check. You can't pay me enough. You can't pay our people enough. Think about this. If somebody was like, look, I want you to put a price on whatever that you want, and then I want you to tell me the number. Okay. So look, hypothetically, if somebody was to say that to you, and you told them, how much is North America worth, Central America, all of the Caribbean islands, including Hawaii, and South America, I want you to tell me, matter of fact, I want you to tell me, how much is the earth worth? How much? How much? How much is the earth worth? But if you don't want to say that, to them, just say, how much is North, Central, South America, and all of the islands? How much is that worth? How much? Just give me a ballpark figure. How much is that? North, Central, all the islands in South America. Tell me how much that's worth. Can somebody even write enough of a check for you to be like, where you gonna cash it at? Where you gonna cash it? Where you gonna cash it at? They ain't got enough to pay us. It's compound interest. They don't got enough to pay us, Morse. This is why they want to be like, well, we'll give you a check for reparations. How much do you want? You want $1 million? We'll give you $1 million. It's not enough that you could look. If you look up check it out. All y'all out there that got a Black's Law Dictionary, 4th edition. Look it up. If you want to, look it up right now. Look up the definition of soil in a Black's Law Dictionary. Look up the definition of land in a Black's Law Dictionary. Soil and land. Soil is not only the top. Not only the top is soil. Soil is underneath the ground, the concrete, all the way to the center of the earth. That's the soil. Everything from where we are on the surface to the center of the planet. That's the soil. All of the minerals, everything that's in the soil, from the top of the surface to the center of the planet. How much you think that's worth? Come on, man. Come on, fam. And you think they're gonna write a check and you're gonna be happy and be like, you're gonna be like, yeah, I yield my position. You can just give me $1 million check. Give me a $10 million check. Exactly. Can you buy the soil? Can you buy the earth's core? Can you buy it? Huh? Positive attributes. Keep that energy up. Of Moorish Americans. Positive attributes. Moorish Americans are the embodiment and soul returning of the ancient ones. For they are the incarnation of the Atlanteans. What you say? What you say? Moorish Americans are the embodiment and soul returning of the ancient ones. For they are the incarnation of the Atlanteans. Ironically, the European echelon has been aware of this universal inheritance of the Moorish for many centuries. But it is not in their best interest to disclose the existence of Allah, the great God, the rest dormant in the center of them. What? Yo! What? What? What'd you say? What? Moorish Americans are the what and the what? We are the return of the ancient ones. Because we are the ancient ones. So when we go back to our ancient selves, mentally, spiritually, go back to that state of mind of your ancient foremothers and forefathers. Go back. You don't have to go back physically. You go back mentally. You can do it. It's in your DNA. You can do it right now. You go back to the Atlanteans. The Atlanteans? The Phoenicians? Huh? The Amorites? You can go back. You can go back. You can go back to the Lemurians. You can go back. You can go back right now. But you got to go back here. You got to go back inside yourself. You can't go outside yourself and be like, oh, I'm going to just stay in the color world. You can stay in the artificial color world if you want to. But you cap. You get it? You cap. You self-cap. If you stay in the artificial matrix, you self-cap. Remember, that's the part where it's like Spider-Man and Miles Morales in the multiverse. You see how he was able to go into interdimensions? He was able to go into the interdimensions. Remember that scene where they was flying all through there? He was able to go back to other dimensions. When you say Moorish citizens, when you say American citizenship, first of all, you got to be an American. To be a citizen, there's 4 different classifications of citizenship. You got to figure out which one you win. See, it's 4 different kinds. This is what we need to talk about this. Citizenship has 4 levels. This is why we got to study law, government. You can be a national, a Moorish American national. That means you have the highest pedigree status on the land. Moors have the highest pedigree and status, title of nobility on the land. Moors got that. By blood inheritance, what's known in law as inheritable blood. Moors got that. Only Moors got that. Then underneath national, you can be a naturalized. Naturalized, you have certain rights, you have certain privileges. They naturalize you, but you're not a national. You got certain little rights and privileges, but you're not on the level of pedigree and the status of a national. Then you have what Negro, Black, Colored, Indian, Hebrews, Pan-Africans, Native Americans. You have all of the box classifications of those people who choose to identify as that. Those are subjects. So keep in mind now, national, naturalized, subject. And lastly, you have alien. Aliens, it's in the word. Aliens are foreigners in the land. No one can give you an inheritable pedigree. Somebody put up there about Freemasons and nobody can give you an inheritable pedigree. It comes with your bloodline, your mother. No one can grant you a pedigree besides your mother. So if a European goes over there and is born in Asia, let's say Japan, Europeans, if they born in Asia, they're not Asians. You are what your mother is. So if you born in Asia, you're a European, guess what? You're still a European. You're not Asian. You're not Japanese, Chinese. You're none of those. You're of European descent. This is where Europeans got it fucked up at. Europeans think because they was born in America, in the Americas, that they're actually Americans. They're not Americans. This is what I'm saying about that energy that happened in that brawl. Expand on that energy. So Europeans that's born in the Americas, they're not Americans. They haven't even been naturalized. You see? So they are foreigners, aliens in our lands right now. Right now. This is the seen and the unseen game that's happening all the time. All of the time it's happening, seen and unseen. So Europeans, Germans, all of them from Switzerland, from Czechoslovakia, from anywhere in Europe, they're of European descent. So it doesn't matter if they was born here or not. It doesn't matter if their grandmother brought them here or not. It doesn't matter if their great-grandma was over here or not. They are of European descent. Keep that energy up. It's no more letting Europeans get a pass and us misidentifying them as Americans. That's not their attribute. We're talking about attributes. Europeans, they are not Americans, so they don't have an American attribute that doesn't belong to them by birthrights or inheritable blood. According to law, not CushDey's opinion, inheritable blood. Europeans are foreigners in the Americas, pretending to be Americans. They have no rights over here. They only have granted privileges. That's all they got. Granted privileges. There is no so-called white privilege. No. That's not an attribute in law. No. That's not an actual definition in law. White privilege is not in the law book. That whole narrative is bullshit. There is no such thing in law as white privilege. No. There's no such thing in law as white privilege. That doesn't exist. In older law dictionaries, that doesn't exist. If they made that up, they made that up. It doesn't exist. There is no such thing as white privilege for Europeans. It doesn't exist. So we, as Moors, we have to start flexing. They don't have so-called white privilege. You don't have no privileges in the sense of you get the first class ticket and Moors get the second class ticket and the third class. No, sir. That shit dead. It's always been dead. But see, now the paradigm is shifting. The momentum is shifting. Now people like, I ain't going no more. I ain't going no more. Remember, going back to that state of mind of our returning of the ancient ones. For they are the incarnation of the Atlanteans. Europeans know this though. They're aware. But they ain't gonna say nothing. Huh? You see this right here? Moorish American is the answer to all global problems of the nations who are seeking peace, for there is but one way peace will be obtained. And that way is through them and the grand principles of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Islam. There's only one way there will be peace. All of the global problems that's happening right now, everybody from around the world, everybody from around the world is waiting for all of the so-called African Americans, the so-called black people, the so-called Indians, the so-called Hebrews, the so-called Native Americans, everybody from around the world, listen to me, is waiting for all those terms that I just named to publicly declare their nationality. Whether it's on your social media, and it starts in the mind. Not even just social media. That's what's up, because you putting up a public record that you a Moorish American on your social media. That's what's up. You definitely can declare your public nationality on these websites, for sure. But don't just leave it as, I put my nationality, I put it on Instagram, I put it on Facebook. You got to put it in your mind. You got to put it in your heart. It has to be here. It has to be here. It can't just stay on paperwork. It can't just stay on social media. You got to put it in your minds. We have to put it in our minds. You know how like bees, they have what's known as a hive mind. They all do the work for the betterment of the hive. A hive mind. So if you look at nature and then you look at people, living beings, the Moorish Americans, one of the positive attributes that we have is to go back to our God selves in the minds. The hive mentality, to go back to our ancient selves. Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. We got to go back to that mentality and start going with the hive mentality. Case in point, I'm going to keep throwing it at y'all. Just like the brawl that happened down there in Montgomery. That was a hive mind situation. There was threats. There was danger. And everybody knew what to do. That's an example of a hive mentality. Everybody saw the threat and the danger. They saw our people getting beat up. It was fights. It was things happening. That's what I'm saying as an example of a hive mentality. Now, in the imminent debt, imminent stress, danger, everybody was like, I'm on that. It was no other thought. That's a hive mentality as an example of, we got to protect our people. We got to protect our people. So the hive mentality in that situation, the brawl out there in Montgomery, you saw the hive mentality kick in. So when they say peace, so when they say so-called black people can't do nothing but tear up some shit, you see it's a lie. You see it's changing. You see the energy is shifting now. It's up now. Because as a collective people now, we use that situation to initiate the hive mentality. Instead of certain ones being like, oh no, I can't breathe. I'm gonna put my hands in the air. I don't want no smoke. Fuck that. You saw the hive mentality as a protect your own, activate right then and there. Dude swam across the water to get over there. You see? Because people is tired. Tired now. Tired. The momentum is shifting now. People was tired now. So that hive mentality was like, fuck that. Tired of them doing what they've been doing. You know what I'm saying? And it kicked in. The hive mentality of self-preservation kicked in. You see? It kicked in. It activated, right? You saw it activate. So don't lose that energy. Don't lose that frequency and vibration when you go back to, I'm gonna put my hands up, don't shoot. I don't want no smoke. I'm gonna let y'all just do whatever y'all want to do to me. Fuck that. Nah, ain't no more of that. Nah, ain't no more of that, man. Tired. Now, put that same energy into go further into law now. Go into law now. Well, now, not just with random hybrid Europeans. Now, when the slave patrol roll up and the slave patrol look like they finna get on something, now, don't lose that energy. Keep that same hive mentality when you see one of your own people out here getting harassed, under duress, getting messed with by slave patrol. That's what I mean about don't lose that energy, frequency and vibration. You see one of yours getting messed with, he ain't got to be your he ain't got to be your immediate family. He don't have to be. She don't have to be your blood cousin. Don't have to be, but she still, just like that brawl in Montgomery, you think they all knew that dude that was getting beat up before they jumped up in that fight? Nah, they ain't all know him. Guaranteed they ain't all know him. But guess what? They seen him under stress, duress. They seen him in danger. So they thought in a hive mentality, we got to protect our own now. We got to protect him. That part. Just like when you see slave patrol roll up and they try to get on that shit with your people, with our people, nah. Keep that same energy. Keep that same energy. Go over there. Hey, what y'all on? What crime did he commit? What crime did she commit? And they tell us, back up, back up. You ain't got to leave. You ain't got to go nowhere. As long as you get 15 feet, 13 feet, you good. You don't got to get them. You don't got to get them nothing. You don't got to get them the courtesy of leaving the scene. You ain't got to do that because lawfully you don't have to. Not because CushDey say that. Lawfully you don't have to. You don't have to. You don't have to. You ain't got to do that. Long as you giving them space to do their so-called investigation, you're not breaking no laws. Stick together, man. Stick together. Look, what it say? Being Moorish American will give the option offered to all other nationalities. The option to change citizenship. It is not possible to change one's nationality. Bing bong. You see, it's not possible to change your nationality, but it's possible to change your citizenship. This is why Europeans can never be Americans. You see? Because they can't change their nationality. Their nationality as Europeans is of European descent. You can't change your nationality. Just because you European descent and you was born in America, that don't make you an American. You're not Americans. Got to keep that energy on that. They not Americans. You can change your citizenship, but you cannot change your nationality. Can't do it. You can't do it. You can't do it. You can't do it. The exhuming of a nation. Yes, sir. You can't do it. Don't let them do it, fam. Don't let them do it. They gonna try to do it to you. Don't let them do it. They gonna be like, yeah, I was born in America. Y'all know how they be. I was born in America. Can't tell me I'm not an American. You're not American. If you was born in Asia, would that make you an Asian? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You was born in Asia, you wouldn't be no Asian. You would be European descent because you're a European hybrid. What are you talking about? You're not American. What are you talking about? That part. Don't let them get away with that shit no more. That shit dead. Last one. Being Moorish American. Hold up. Where we at? It say, if a Moorish American elects to become a citizen of the United States or Egypt, etc., the choice is for the conscious. However, one must have a national citizenship to exchange for any other citizenship prior to officiating into their own. So what does that mean? That means before you do anything, you got to declare nationality. You got to have your own nationality declared before you can say you something else. That part. You gotta have a declared nationality before anything. You can't just say one thing. You can't say you're a color person and you're a citizen. No, you're a citizen of the U.S. corporation, which means you're a subject. to the jurisdiction thereof. You're a citizen, subject citizen. Instead of being a national, which is your blood and birthright, inheritance. As a national, you the top of the top, the cream of the crop. The highest status in the land as a national, Moorish American national, or a Moorish national. That is our geopolitical designation, Moorish American national, because we are in the Americas, North, Central, South America, and all of the islands. That is our geopolitical status, Moorish American nationals. All right? But keep that energy up, man. I was feeling that shit. Keep that energy up, man. Don't let that shit die down. Don't let them hit you with the woo-wop. Don't let them hit you with the woo-wop. You start to get all intimidated and scared. Next thing you know, Slave Patrol pull up and you like, oh no, you go crawling out. Man, don't do it, man. Fuck that. Don't do it. Don't do it, man. Don't be on that, nah, I'm going to go back to coon and shucking and jiving. I'm scared again. Scared? Nah. Ain't none of that no more, man. See that sign right there? We ain't going. Look. See that right there? See how I say, we ain't going. No trucks allowed. Ain't no fuck shit allowed. Ain't no fuck shit allowed. Ain't no scary business allowed. Ain't no more scary business. You seen Belly before, right? You seen Lennox? When he was talking to Bundy? When he told him? He's like, hey. Don't you ever bring scary business. He told him. He shut that whole shit down. That nigga Bundy was like, man, I thought you was a real dread, man. I thought you was, hey. Don't you ever bring scary business. Don't you ever bring scary business. We ain't going no more. We ain't going. It's like the sign says, put a whole red slash on that shit. We ain't going no more. All that scary business, we ain't going. Don't let that energy die down. Keep that shit up. Appreciate all y'all Moors tuning in. I'm finna move around though. Alright? Gotta see what's up with the little ones. Each one teach one. Study. Don't let that energy start to dwindle out and die down. Nah. Don't let it die down, G. Y'all up right now. Y'all energy is up right now. Don't let the energy start to go down. Nah, keep that shit up. Don't let it go down. Everybody talk about the shit out there in Montgomery, Alabama. Keep talking about it. Get the nationality in the head. Get the nationality in the mind. Get the strength and the courage and the upright and the fearlessness. Keep it in the heart. Just like dude was swimming across the water. He swam across the water. Dude pulling chairs out, cracking people over their shit. Keep that kind of energy up though. But use that energy for the positive, not the negative. Defend yourself for sure, but use the energy for the positive. Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. All right? I'm going to catch y'all Moors on the next one, though. I appreciate all y'all Moors that tune in, though. Real shit. I appreciate all y'all Moors that tune in, fam. All right? All y'all that tune in, I appreciate, and I ain't got nothing but love for y'all, man. Real shit. Love for y'all. Stay on the path for light. Don't get sidetracked by the fuckery. Stay on the path for light, Moors. It's our time, man. Keep that fire burning. All right? Each one teach one. I self-law and master. Peace, Moors.